Hey, what's up, y'all? My name's Hudson Mueller, for those of you who don't know me, and this is my apartment. I'm here in Houston, Texas today, and I wanted to record this song that I wrote this probably about a year ago, but I haven't really had a chance to share it other than, just playing it for a few friends. And it's about my hometown of Austin, Texas, which is where I grew up, and I lived there until I was until 2009. So most of my formative years. And if you haven't heard, Austin Ain't the Same these days. That's what the song's called. And also, I should, if you don't know who Leslie is, you should probably find out. But Leslie was kind of like the standard bearer, team captain for keeping Austin weird before it was even really a thing. So this one is for Leslie and for John Ailey. Who's gonna moon the duck tour now that Leslie's not around? Well, it's just as we had feared, with all the weirdness leaving town. When John Ailey signed off on that final show, we lost a piece of Austin that will never quite regrow. The house that I grew up in, it didn't manage to survive. There's a new house there now with a Porsche out in the drive. And I can't help but wonder, was it really for the best? When I see all these tent cities of the poor and the dispossessed, and Austin ain't the same these days. It's the place that I come from, but Austin ain't the same these days. Sure like to go back home, but Austin ain't the same these days. I guess no place really stays the same these days. Well, I once met Clifford Antone back when I was just a kid. Katz's never closed until the day they finally did. And I remember Molly Ivins walking her dog in Stacey Park, picking tunes out on the porch with my old friend Gary Clark. Well, you won't hear the Hudsons down at the Waterloo. You won't hear Slim Richie, but his mojo's shining through. There's no more Flipnotics, no more Momos or TCs. Well, I guess every place I used to know has vanished like the breeze. And Austin ain't the same these days. It's the place that I come from, but Austin ain't the same these days. I'd sure like to go back home, but Austin ain't the same these days. I guess no place really stays the same these days. Well, I went downtown and looked around, and there before my eyes was a big statue of Willie. Well, there's a guy I recognize. And I looked up at Willie, he looked down at me. He said, Hud, you should have seen this place back in 73. Well, Austin ain't the same these days. It's the place that I come from, but Austin ain't the same these days. I'd sure like to go back home, but Austin ain't the same these days. I guess no place really stays the same these days. These